Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will be present the topic about the comparative views among mazhab in performing solat. Okay, my name is Muhammad Asran bin Muhammad Asri, which is the first presenter for these presentations. Next. Okay, the prayers, as you all know, is an important part of a believer that the core of faith in Islam, which is prayer, is the second pillars of Islam after reciting the two verse of Shahadah. It is a pillar of religions on the Muslim that are obligated in prayers. Matter also have different views among mazhab without neglecting the main sources. The role of the prayer can be found in many sources in Al-Quran and Al-Hadith, and we will discuss after this. Anyone in this context, anyone who leave the prayer as if he is demolishing their own religions, which is, in addition, it is a first place that will be count in after life. So we will go for the first issue that will be discussed, which is issues during of Jama' and Qasar travel.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Syahri Anah Azmi, and I will present to you about the Jama' and issue and Jama' and Qasar in travel. First of all, we must know what is Jama' and Qasar. Qasar prayer means shorten the 4 rakaat prayer into 2 rakaat prayer. It's based on the Al-Quran, Surah An-Nisa, verse ayat number 101. It says that there are no blame on you if you shorten the prayer if you are fear to that unbeliever that might cause you warm. Maksudnya, is it mean you can shorten your prayer if you feel fear to the kafir, and jamak prayer mean the gathering the two prayer in one time. It's based on the hadith from Rasulullah SAW that says the messenger of Allah combined the prayer of Zuhur and Asar during the journey and combined the Maghrib and with the Isha. From this hadith, for this hadith and Al-Quran shows that Ummah Islam was allowed to do the Jama' and Qasar during a traveling. Okay, next. Next, we go to the basic ruling for the Jama' and Qasar. From the title, as you see, they are the comparative between mazhab. First of all, mazhab Hanafi says that ruling for the Jama' and Qasar is wajib. Mazhab Hanafi says that because it's based on the rusah that Allah has give to the human, and human must take this susah, take care goodly. Maksudnya perlu dijaga, perlu dilaksanakan sebaik mungkin sebab dia adalah rusah yang diberikan oleh Allah. And Maliki says that it is a sunat muakkad. That mean if you live, you can live if you want, but if you do, it's better than do the perfect prayer. Imam Shafi'i says that based on the if the journey was only 2 mahalah, and 2 mahalah is a sunat, but if a journey is 3 mahalah and above, that means like 130 140 kilometer and above, then the basic ruling for Jama' and Qasar is called wajib because there has no time to do perfect prayer. And based on the mazhab Hambali says that it is sunat muakkad, but they are the accepted for the fisherman and a seller because the law is same as the law of the mustatib because they goes to the sea to find rezeki. Because of that, Imam Hambali says that they must pray perfect, even though their journey is more than 2 mahala and 3 mahala and above. Okay, next. Okay, we go to the allowed distance for the Jama' and Qasar. Based on the mazhab Hanafi says that people travel for the 3 days and 3 nights, not but that 3 days and 3 nights, not a full day, or just for the morning until the sun sets. Okay, mazhab Hanafi says that the jarak that we must lepasi untuk melaksanakan Jama' and Qasar is the journey must more than 3 days and 3 nights, but the journey is counted only the starting from the sunrise until the sunset. Okay, based on the mazhab Maliki says that the journey must more than 6 fasah. That means 1 fasah equal to 3 miles. Okay, Maliki accused the people of Mecca, Madinah, Muzdalifah and Musab as they went perform wukuf at the Arafah during a haji. This is because the place from Mecca, Mina, Muzdalifah and Musab with the Arafah place is less than 16 fasah, but Imam Maliki give excuse to them if they goes there to do the haji. Imam Shafi'i says that it must be more than 2 mahalah. Oh, 2 mahalah. That means if it less only 1 mile or 1 kilometer from 89 kilometer, for example 87 or 85, then they are not allowed to do Jama' and Qasar. For the mazhab Hanbali says that it must be more than 6 fasah. 6 fasah is this rule was applied to all people. Doesn't care if you are people of Mecca, Mina, Muzdalifah and Musab. Okay, from this allowance distance, all mazhab agree that the traveler is not required to travel that distance during a day. If he was able to travel that distance in a shorter period of time, his Jama' and Qasar are as valid as he used the aeroplane. As you know, if you travel from example Malaysian to Vietnam, you can also do Jama' and Qasar, even though the journey was only 2 and a half hour, but you can do Jama' and Qasar as long as you are your intention to do intention to go there is good. Okay, next. Okay, the issues of the Jama' and Qasar is where we want to start the prayer. Okay, Jama'. Okay. From the Maliki Madhab says that anyone who intends to pray qasar while traveling may allow him to pray even from this home. This is from the reported from the Anas bin Malik that when he was about to travel in the fasting month, and the visitor was ready and he was already in the safar, he asked for food and eat them, and then he ate. So people ask whether is the act of eating is bad. The answer from the Anas bin Malik say it's sunnah. Then he left. From this Qaulul Sahabah says that anyone who was intention to musafir, then he was allowed to do jamak and qasar even though he at home. Based on the mazhab Hanbali and Shafi'i says that the traveller should intend the qasar every prayer set in the state of primary, and if not, then the prayer is graded as a perfect prayer. Okay, from the mazhab Maliki says that orang yang nak menggunakan jamak qasar perlu berniat di setiap sembahyang. Jika tak sembahyang tu dikira sebagai sembahyang as a perfect prayer, and he must go out from the house. Okay. From the mazhab Hanafi says that a person is considered as a traveller when he was moved out from his place of a residence under the local circumstance, which is not how far he from his home. Maksudnya mazhab Hanafi says that dia mesti keluar daripada kawasan dia tu, tak kira berapa jauh pun dia daripada rumah. Sebagai contohnya, saya akan terangkan. Next, Adik. Contohnya yang dikira sebagai fiyah border, iaitu sepadan di mana kita telah melepasi tempat residensi kita untuk kita duduk. According to the mazhab Syafi'i mazhab. Okay, first of all, it must be the hands the city or the wall of the city. Maksud dia mesti adanya parit, adanya bandar, atau adanya dinding yang membezakan antara dua buah bandar itu. Okay, jika dianya bukannya itu hanya for the state. For the city, it must be a trade, the fortification, highway, river, gate, and others. If not a city. Maksudnya dia mesti ada parit, ada benteng, has the highway, as a river, as a gate, yang mana dia telah diukur melalui dia telah di batu tempat sepadan antara dua buah bandar. If not a city, then it was necessary to cross all the house, which is the residential area, including house, including the rule, the container of it is a premise as it is the not a residential house. Maksudnya dia cukup sekadar melepasi rumah-rumah walaupun rumah itu masih lagi dalam keadaan terbina dan tidak berpenghuni. But if he live at the village and the two village is connected without a border, then it is calculated as the one qaryah. If it is a suffer to cross the border of the qaryah between them. Maksudnya jika dua kampung itu bersentuh, dia tidak dikira sebagai satu orang. Maksudnya dia perlu melepasi kedua-dua kampung itu, barulah dia dikira sebagai keluar pada daerahnya, keluar daripada qaryah bordernya. But okay, if he was travelling to the sea, then the Korea border is a ship begin move from the port. Maksud apabila dia keluar dia ke arah laut, maka tempat mana kapal tu bergerak itulah yang dikira sebagai Korea border. Selepas dia keluar daripada semua ini, barulah dia boleh melaksanakan jamak qasar prayer. According to the mazhab Syafi'i, Hambali and the Hanafi. Okay. Next. That's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
My name is Ahmad Hazikizat. Next is Tayammum. Regarding to the issue of presence of water but not enough to be purified. Next. For the two views of this issue. First is, which is it is necessary to use the available water and then apply it to the members who cannot be washed with the water. The view is sect of Imam Ahmad and his Imam Shafi'i. Second view is it should continue to grow and leave the water. This view is of the ancient of scholar consisting of Al-Hasan, Al-Zahri, Muhammad, Malik, Imam Abu Hanifah, Imam Shafi'i, Ibnu Munazir dan Al-Muzani. There are some conditions for tayammum for sick or injured. According to Shafi'i sect, the doctor should be Muslim and fair, no acclamation or confirmation from a doctor of infidelity or murder. But according to priest or Maliki, should use the view or notice of the confident doctor in if there is no Muslim doctor. Maksudnya adalah sekiranya sakit perlulah mendapat pengasahan daripada doktor ataupun yang pakar. Kemudian menurut Imam Malik, ia haruslah sama juga yang perlu mendapat pengasahan. Jika tiada doktor yang Muslim, boleh digunakan. Next. For the legal evidence, Allah has mentioned in the Quran which mean, and if you are sick or in selling or one of the come from the well, or you touch or subsequent a woman and you find no water, then you should cling to the ground, that is to say, cover your face and wash your hand with it. It is from Surah Al-Ma'idah ayat 6. Second is from An-Nisa ayat 43. Oh, who you have believed, do not approve prayer while you are in intoxication until you know what you are saying or in the state of janaba, except this passing through, until you have washed your whole body. And if you are ill or on a journey, or one of you come from the place of relieving himself, or you have contacted woman and find no water, then seek clean earth and wipe over your face and your hands. Indeed, Allah is ever pardoning and forgiving. Next is from Hadith Riwayat Ahmad. The Prophet says, the land is worth a woman if you have not been in the water for 10 years. And Prophet also said, the whole land of the earth is made of place of worship and sanctification for me and people. Therefore, where prayer is offered to one of the people, the land can be purified. This is the legal evidence for tayammum. Next is the argument. Secara ringkasnya, hadis daripada Sa'id bin Abdurrahman bin Abza meriwayatkan bahawa bapanya menceritakan seorang lelaki datang berjumpa dengan Umar dan bertanya, aku telah berjunub dan tidak menemui air untuk mandi. Kemudian Umar menjawab, janganlah kamu mengerjakan solat sehingga kamu menemui air. Namun Ammar bin Yasir radhiyallahu an yang ada bersama Umar ketika itu berkata kepada Umar, tidakkah engkau ingat ketika kita bersama-sama dalam satu musafir di mana kita berdua telah berjunub dan tidak telah menemui air. Adapun kamu, maka kamu memilih untuk tidak menunaikan solat. Kemudian adapun aku, maka aku telah berguding di atas tanah untuk bertayammum dan kemudian aku menunaikan solat. Apabila diceritakan kepada Nabi, maka baginda berkata kepada Ahmad, sesungguhnya medai kamu menepuk dua belah tangan kamu dan kemudian kamu hembuskan untuk menipiskan sedikit debu di tapak tangan itu. Next is from Imam Al-Dawrati. We counted that Sayyidina Ali was asked about a man in pilgrimage and he was hit by a jug of the water that was on him only slightly where he was worried that the water is used for bathing would cause him to thirst. Sayyidina Ali replied, it should be sweet. Imam Ahmad told us some friends are friendly and they keep water for their drinks. Next. Next slide. Next, for the most preference view. First of all, for the issue not enough water to purification, the view is it is necessary to use the available water and then apply it to the members to the body part who cannot be washed with the water. This view is sect of Imam Ahmad and his Imam Shafi'i. The scholar differ concerning the permissibility of tayammum by health person who is not traveling in the event of his not finding water for wudu. The question is, does not absence of water justify the performance of the tayammum only in the state of the journey or ill health, or is the permissibility general and include the state of health and non-travel? Abu Hanifa observed, a health person who is not traveling will neither perform tayammum nor prayer if he is unavailable.
Z.
Cuba Ain.
Sorry. Continue from Abu Hanifa observed that a healthy person who is not traveling will neither perform the tayammum nor prayer if he is unable to find water. He said first from Surah Al-Maidah ayat 6 yang bermaksud if you are sick or on a journey or if any of the come from privy or you have touched woman and you can't find water, then from tayammum on all some dust. Next slide. From the Hanafi scholar, Hanafi says is explicit that the sole unavailability of water does not justify tayammum unless the person is sick or on a journey. Therefore, if tayammum is limited to a sick person and a traveler, a health person who is not traveling has no obligation to perform prayer in this situation because he cannot require tahara. Next is from Imam Abu Hanifa. The argument of Abu Hanifa be accepted the position of traveler and a sick person would be more taxing than that of non-traveling health person because prayer will be obligation on the two and not on the latter. Lastly is from Shafi'i and Hanbali scholar. The Shafi'i and Hanbali says if water available is not sufficient for performing complete tahara or tayammum, it is obligation to perform as much of it as is possible with water and do tayammum for the remaining part. Hence, is he has water which is only sufficient for washing the face. He will wash the face and resort to the tayammum. Next, for the next, in conclusion, the school concerned that among the reasons justifying tayammum is the harm the use of water may do to one's health or the probability of harm or sufficient or insufficient of water. Anyone who fear falling ill or fear that his illness would become more acute and prolonged or that his cure would become the more difficult can result to tayammum for towel instead of using water. That's all. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, we will continue for the next issue, which is comparative views amongst mazahib in issues of combining solat, which is issues of combining solat during sickness. My name is Muhammad Ashran bin Muhammad Asri. Next. In combining solat context, as we can see, the original ruling for prayers is the fardu prayer should be performed on time. This ruling are based on text from the Al-Quran, which is stated below. Inna salata kanat 'alal mu'minina kitaban mawquta. In Surah An-Nisa 103, which is say indeed prayer has been commanded upon the believer, decreed of specified time. And also the other legal evidence from the Surah Hud 114. Next. So we will go for the issues of combining solat during sickness. For most scholars, opinion on combining solat because of illness and sickness. In the Al-Shafi'i mazhab, the popular opinion conclude which is that the combining solat is only on distant safar during the rains and also on the Arafah day. As for people who are sick, they cannot combine the prayers. This is because the pain factor is uncertainty and the timing of the prayer is one based on Nas. However, Imam An-Nawawi and several other Shafi'iyah scholars such as Al-Qadi Hussein, Ibn Surayj and so on supported that the combining solat during sickness is allowable. We will see the comparative views among the mazhab, four major scholars, which is Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanafi and Hanbali. According to the Kitab of Ahsan Al-Kalam fi Al-Fatawa wa Al-Ahkam by Fadilatul Syekh Atiyah Saukar, Juzuk 3, 421 hingga 422 stated that the opinion of the major scholars of four scholars, which is Maliki, Syafi'iyah, Hanbali and Hanafi. We will go for the mazhab Maliki. According to opinion of the Maliki mazhab, it is necessary to combine his prayers when traveling for far or near. Similarly, for a person with severe headache, sakit kepala, uh, ataupun sakit kepala that may prevent him from performing the next prayer, then he should combine the prayers with jamak takdim. The same should be combining solat for prayer because of heavy rain, sandstorm, darkness of the night. So it must be combining jamak takdim by the prayer of Maghrib and Isya, which that the prayers are performed at the most in the together. Jemaah lah bersama-sama. According to the Mazhab Shafi'i, in the opinion of the Shafi'i Mazhab, it is necessary to combining prayers for the long journey of the pilgrim because of the rain, which is only jamak takdim. When the prayer is performed in together at the mosque, which is far from his house, avoiding the difficulty of going there, he should combine solat even if it is not raining, and it is necessary to combining the prayers whether jamak takdim or jamak takhir for the people that are sick. Ini daripada mazhab Syafi'i. Dan seterusnya kita akan lihat pada mazhab Hanafi, which is why the Hanafi say that does not have to combining prayers, tak perlu combining prayers, except kecuali for those who are performing pilgrimage in Arafat, ziarah di Arafat on the conditions of pilgrimage, which the imam or his deputy naik there and should not perform the prayer except in Muzdalifah. For those who perform the Hajj, he can pray Asar, prayer during Zuhur, time in Arafah, and the prayer of Maghrib at the time of Isya in Muzdalifah. For the Mazhab Hanbali state, it is necessary for the Sikh to combining prayers in the event of difficulty setting up prayers when the times comes. It is also necessary to dedicate prayers for the weak, from knowing the beginning of prayer for the blind, as well as for those who are fear harm to themselves, their wealth or dignity, or fear or harm associated with their life by living the prayers, and more importantly, choosing the one that simplest of this either jamak takdim or takhir by following the term of combining solat, such as order, the intention and continuations of sickness. Ini maksudkan dia kalau kita takut boleh harm to themselves, pada diri kita ataupun pada harta, dignity or fear of harm, ini dia kata boleh. Next, we will see the decisions of the Fatwa Committee in Malaysia. According to the decision of the 14th Fatwa Committee on 22 to 23 October 1985, stating that Islamic jurisprudence is Islam is allow follow the three matters, which is the sickness that are beyond control to deal with chronic illness, ataupun hujan, ataupun storm, ataupun typhoon. Iaitu sakit kita ni kita tak boleh kawal. Yang kedua, an illness associated with a severely ill family or relative who have no hope of living, which must be visited. Yang ketiga, the concern over the possible damage to the company material left behind during Friday Fardu prayers, which is based on the fact was I mentioned at the slide. It hereby requested that the Selangor State Legal Advisory Committee Fatwa decide the treatment of chronic disease treatment as hemodialysis and the same as it dan lain-lain penyakit seperti macam saya kata macam tadilah, the illness associate, allowing the combining prayers, and this decision is specified to those suffering from the disease only. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, we will move to the last issue in combining solat. Comparative views among mazhab in issues of combining solat. Issues combining prayers due to heavy duty. So heavy duty here, I can relate to our current situation here in Malaysia, which is we are now facing COVID-19. So apa yang relevan dengan tajuk yang saya bentangkan sekarang ni adalah dengan situasi yang kita hadap sekarang lah. Para frontliners kita macam mana dia menghadapi kes ni ataupun masalah ni, heavy duty. Sebab these frontliners are categorized as heavy duty, which is because they can't leave their job easily. So we will see. Kalau Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala, kalau Allah Ta'ala, inna salata kanat 'alal mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Indeed, prayer has been decreed upon the believers a decree of specified times. Solat ni sudah ditentukan pada masa-masa yang telah yang specified time, yang telah ditentukanlah, macam asar dalam waktu asar, maghrib dalam waktu maghrib. Surah An-Nisa verse 103. There are issues arising due to current global pandemic situation, whereas the staffs of healthcare must wear personal protective equipment, PPE suit, to prevent them being infected by COVID-19 virus. So, are health workers allowed to combine their prayers because of their heavy duty? Sheikh Mustafa Al-Maraghi in Tafsir Al-Maraghi has mentioned that Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala made the prayer time a special time to perform. This means that this law of Sharia is a reality that must be fulfilled within a certain period time of the time as soon as possible. So maksudnya kalau dalam waktu zuhur, sepanjang daripada waktu zuhur tu perlu diselesaikan solat tersebut selagi mana waktu tidak habis. One of the rukhsah that Allah has granted for the ummah is combining between two prayers in a certain situation, such as travelling, rain, sickness, etc. وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. He has not placed you in the religion of difficulty. Islam ni adalah bukan satu agama yang menyusahkan, bahkan ia adalah satu agama yang memudahkan ummahnya untuk beribadah. Imam An-Nawawi has said in the issue of combining two prayers in one salah time, which is combining Zuhr with Asr, Maghrib with Isha, he said our mazhab, which is Asy-Syafi'i, has permitted combining between Zuhur and Asr in any time between them as so Maghrib and Isha. This is ijma, which is have been agreed among the scholars of Syafi'i. Why we can combine the prayers? This is due to three reasons according to Syafi'i school, which I have mentioned earlier: travelling, rain, the day of Arafah. In hadith narrated from Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu, he said, "Jama'a Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam baina az-zuhri wal 'asr wa baina al-maghrib wal 'isha bil madinati min ghairi khawfin wala matarin." Qala faqila li ibni Abbas, "Ma arada bidhalik?" Qala arada an la yuhrija ummatahu. The messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam combined the noon and afternoon prayers, which is Zuhur and Asr, and the sunset and night prayers, Maghrib and Isha at Medina without any danger and rain. He was asked, what did he intended by it? He replied, he intended that his community might not fall into hardship. Di sini Rasulullah telah menunjuk bahawasanya Islam ni adalah satu agama yang memudahkan ummahnya. Perjalanan Nabi di Madinah tu menunjukkan bahawa apabila seseorang itu berada dalam keadaan musafir, maka dibenarkan ia untuk melakukan jamak solat tersebut. Riwayat At-Tirmizi dan An-Nasa'i. Sheikh Abdul Rahman Al-Mubarakfuri mentioned anyone who has health problem and is required to perform prayers. As for those who are ill but do not want to combine the prayer and to leave the prayer, then they sin without doubt. Saya kurang pasti sebab saya tidak dapat mengenal pasti Syekh Abdul Rahman Mubarakfuri ni daripada mazhab mana, tapi kalau tak silap saya dia mazhab Hambali, kalau tak silap, kalau salah tolong betulkan. Dia cakap kat sini, sesiapa yang tidak ada penyakit tidak dan meninggalkan siapa yang sakit tapi tidak mahu tidak mahu combine dia punya solat dan meninggalkan solat secara sengaja, maka dosa tidak ada dosa ke atas seseorang itu. Imam An-Nawawi quoted the view of some scholars as Shafi'i school, Hussein Al-Qadi Abu Sulaiman Al-Khattabi, Ar-Ruyani, Abu Qasim Al-Rafi' and others. They stated that it was necessary to combine prayers because of the fearful and painful condition. It can be done either taqdim or ta'khir. Imam Abdullah Al-Kharashi Al-Maliki from Maliki school said that combining solah is not only for travelers but also some things that bring difficulty of taking ablution and praying in time. Even the hardships suffered by people who are in state of crisis are worse than the hardships of travelers and rain. For our health workers, as we all know, they are wearing PPE suit. Jadi suit PPE ni dia tidak dapat untuk buka, kejap pakai, kejap buka, kejap pakai. Dia tak dapat macam tu. Sekurang-kurangnya saya rasa 10 jam, 7 hingga 10 jam tempoh untuk pakai PPE ni, sebab sekali pakai dia dah tak boleh pakai yang sama, dia kena pakai yang lain. So itu akan memakan kos yang banyak. Jadi untuk memudahkan para health worker di Malaysia ni khususnya, jadi ini memberikan satu kesusahan untuk mengambil wuduk dan solat pada waktu yang sama, sebab patient sangat ramai pada waktu sekarang ni, iaitu krisis COVID-19 ni. Sheikh Abdul Rahman Al-Asimi Al-Najdi daripada Hambali scholars said that it was necessary to combine the prayers because of the sickness and need, because there were important tasks that could not be left behind, and if left untreated would cause harm to many people. This we can relate to the legal maxim, which is al-masyaqqah tajlibu taysir, hardship shall bring alleviation. Moving on to the next Fatwa Committee decision. Fatwa Committee has decided some guidelines for combining prayers for COVID-19 health workers. They should follow the first one is the shift should include at least 2 times of prayer, which is in the absence of combining must cause 1 time to be missed. Jadi sebagai contohnya kat sini, tempoh pekerjaan dia daripada misal kata pukul 9, shift bermula pukul 9 sampai sampai 9 malam ataupun sampai 9 malam lah. Jadi dia bekerja tu di antara pemakaian suit PPE dia, contohnya sampai pukul 6 petang lah contohnya. Tempoh pemakaian suit PPE dia tu menyebabkan dia akan tertinggal salah satu solat, iaitu sama ada solat Zuhur ataupun solat Asar. Jadi jikalau dia ada kemungkinan untuk meninggalkan two prayers, jadi dia mestilah bolehlah, maksudnya dia boleh combine solat, dia boleh jamak solat. Yang kedua, no other time shift option. Dia sudah tidak mempunyai pilihan shiftnya, shift pekerjaannya. The third one, it is not allowed to open PPE clothing during shift. Seperti yang saya katakan sebelum ni, PPE ni tidak dapat dibuka dan dipakai semula suit yang sama. Jadi ini akan menyusahkan para health workers. Yang keempat, perform jamak takdim if the shift time is extended until the second prayer time. So dibenarkan untuk solat takdim. Contohnya shift dia bermula sebelum daripada Zuhur sampailah masuk waktu yang kedua. The shift started jadi extend sampai ke second prayer time, jadi dia dibenarkan. Yang kelima, doing jamak takhir if the shift started before the prayer time ended up first and second time for prayer. Maksudnya jamak kalau dia tidak sempat untuk solat pada waktu yang pertama, pada waktu Zuhur tadi, jadi dia kena solat pada waktu Asar. Okay. It is only allowed to perform the jamak tamam, which is to do it perfectly without the need of qasar. This is because qasar, which shortens the prayer of 4 raka'ah to 2 raka'ah, is only performed during travel. Jadi ulama bersetuju hanya diberikan jamak tamam, iaitu solat 4 rakaat Zuhur, 4 rakaat Asar, 3 rakaat Maghrib, 4 rakaat Isyak. So as for the conclusion, Islam is a religion of blessing to the whole world, which its law are arranged coinciding with the nature of human. Islam ni satu agama yang memberikan keharmonian kepada seluruh dunia, di mana undang-undang yang telah ditetapkan oleh Allah tu bertetapan dengan fitrah kita sebagai seorang manusia. Taklif commanded is as a symbol of ta'abbudi of a servant to his God who has bestowed all bounties to his servant. The decrement of rukhsah meanwhile is a symbol of Ar-Rahim, a tribute of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to his servants by giving leniency in obeying all his commands. Allah ni Maha Pemurah, Maha Pengasih. Kita sebagai hamba ni tidak kita mestilah bersyukur dikurniakan rukhsah, keringanan di dalam agama Islam yang sangat mulia dan indah ini. Jadi akhir kata, saya Muhammad Adib mewakili all of my group mates. Saya mohon maaf jika ada sebarang kekurangan dan kesilapan. Ada kesilapan, mohon dibetulkan. InsyaAllah kita sama-sama belajar. Ma asabaka min hasanatin famin Allah wa ma asabaka min hasanatin famin nafsik, kullu min indillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.